Hello world of YouTube and welcome to the first official vinyl update video. I know that I'm doing this a little later than the debut of it. I haven't made one since I made the debut, but I didn't want to forget about that. I did seriously mean I want to add to my vinyl collection and bring you guys along for the ride, but I don't buy records as much as I do comic books. That's why I've had a couple of comic hauls come between that and this. But that means whenever I do one of these, I'll have multiple records to talk about. I don't want to just go to a record store, buy a record, hey, I'm going to update my collection with this. I want to have a handful of releases, which is what I have today. As you guys know, I've done a little bit of traveling, and I've hit up a couple of record stores outside of my area, some of them outside of my state, and I have some nice treats to share with you. The first one I have is from a little record shop called the American Dream Hi-Fi up in Kokomo, Indiana. I was looking through their clearance section because sometimes you find some good shit in there. And I got ELO's Out of the Blue, which is the album that has Mr. Blue Sky on it. I like ELO. I'm a moderate ELO fan. I think Jeff Lynne is a brilliant composer. I think he pulls together some really cool shit. And he's got some really nice, shimmery, pop-centric stuff. And this is a great record. It's a really great record. It's got a lot more than just Mr. Blue Sky, but Mr. Blue Sky is certainly one of the biggest highlights on here for sure. While I was in Philadelphia, I went to a place called The Record Vault, which I'm hoping to get another record from them soon. I messaged Shake and asked if he would send it to me, and I'd send him the money for it, because I regret not getting this record in tandem with the one that I got there. But I got a pressing of Rush's Moving Pictures, which is my favorite Rush album. As some of you know, if you've seen my favorite albums of all time video, I adore this thing. It's also holds a lot of, it was kind of serendipitous that I bought this when I was in Philly, because as some of you may know, longtime viewers of the channel, I saw them live. When I saw them live and they played this in its entirety, it was in Hershey, Pennsylvania with Shake. So this is kind of an essential buy. You know, I'd seen it there and I was like, this is kind of necessary. It's an original pressing of it. It's in pretty decent shape. It's in better shape than Out of the Blue is, and a big reason why that was in the clearance bin is because of the condition of the cover. Which, I mean, even we'll go back to that in a second. We'll go back to Out of the Blue in a second to kind of show off the condition of the case, but this is certainly in better condition. Look at him there. Look at him. Look at Alex. Look at him just fucking doing his thing. You know? And Getty. God. This record's a classic. If you've never listened to this before, it's a classic fucking record. It's one of those essential kind of dad rock, prog pieces. But Out of the Blue, you know, it's definitely seen better days. You know, the record's kind of coming out the bottom. But look at that insert. It's very spacey. It fits the cover art very well. It's a really good album cover, by the way. I love the spacey covers from like the 70s and shit. It's a good time. Now the rest of these I actually bought even more recently. I bought them all at my go-to spot, the Vinyl Rescue Project. I went in there looking for Record Store Day stuff, and they didn't have the one I was looking for, the Mastodon Stairway to Heaven release. But I did find some stuff at a really decent price and some shit in the clearance that I was not expecting to find. But first off, I bought Denzel Curry's Imperial, my favorite Denzel Curry project. No disrespect to Taboo, that's a great ambitious project, but I love how tight this thing is. It's a lot of bangers, just like banger after banger, with some great features and some really good down-tempo moments, some slower pace moments, but Denzel shines bright on Imperial. This is golden record right here. He had Taboo as well, and I almost picked that up, but I was like, I'll get that another day. Vinyl Rescue Project is branching out their hip-hop section finally, which I'm glad, because you guys know me. I love me some hip-hop, and I love me some Denzel Curry. Denzel to the Curry. This dude is fucking awesome. Next one, he had two versions of this, and I bought the cheaper one, because, again, I'm a man who likes to save me some money. But it is a 180 gram pressing of The Doors' debut. One of the best debut records ever. I love this record. I'm a moderate Doors fan. I like a handful of Doors records outside of this, but I think this is definitely their shining moment as a band. They started off on the best foot possible. Again, I like Morrison Hotel. I like Strange Days. I think they've put out other great records other than this, but this is just front to back, just an impeccable record. The whole band just sounds tight here. Raymond Zurich has some of the best keyboard lines that he's ever written on here. It's a good fucking record. And then the last two I found in the clearance bin, and I was shocked that they were in there. Well, kind of. Not too much, but I was still a little shocked at how cheap they were in the clearance bin. The first one is Donna Summer's Love to Love You Baby. I adore the title track on here. Even though it's like 18 minutes long, this is a pretty great funk record. Giorgio Moroder did a lot of the arrangements on here, and he kicked ass at this. Donna sounds so free and full of life, and again, on the title track, she sounds so sensual, and it's such a good record. Again, I was amazed to see it in the clearance bin, but also just how cheap he was selling it for. But I wasn't complaining, because if I can find a deal like that, I'm cool with that. I wouldn't say this is a front-to-back classic, but it's again, another one of those kind of great records that came out of that time. You know, I dig this record, and I dig a lot of Donna's work on here. And lastly, the last addition to the collection, another older record, another 70s record, honestly, and one that I'm really excited to have. Tubular Bells. I like Tubular Bells. I think Tubular Bells is a dope record, but also just a dope song. Mike Oldfield does some really iconic shit on this record, and I needed to have it. It was in the clearance bin, like Donna Summer's. He had 2 copies of this in there, and I was like, wow. Mike Oldfield is a moderate inspiration to me. Like, I really like his stuff, and I like his ambition, and he does the whole one-man thing. So, I mean, this is an influence of mine that I needed to have in my collection, because especially if I could find it at a really good price. So, I'm more excited to have this than I am to have Love You Baby, but when I had seen this, I was like, you're really selling this in your clearance bin. That's crazy. But yeah, Tubular Bells. I really fucking love this record, and it's iconic. Both these are very iconic, but I feel like, to me personally, this is more in line with, like, me. You know, me owning a Donna Summers record might be surprising to some people, but not this. And that's what I got. That's my haul for this episode of the vinyl update, this rendition of the vinyl update. Again, I don't really know how to do this. I don't really know what to do with this. I'm just here to chronicle some records that I bought. Thank you, as always, for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed this. Hopefully you're excited for these additions I've made to my collection. Yeah, it's chill, man. I'm hoping to get a new shelf for my vinyl soon, because the one I have, it's not that sturdy. And I'd like to have like an actual shelf that I can display it like I do my movies, you know, and my books. I'd like to have a vinyl shelf. So hopefully that'll come. Hopefully I'll find one at a good price sometime soon. But in the meantime, I'm going to get out of here. Thank you for watching. I have been Viral Rack. You guys have good days, lots of situations, and I'll see you another day.